Every chess player is taught this. Castle early, develop your pieces, protect your king. But in 2025, that advice got flipped upside down. This is Superbet Classic in Romania. Wesley So versus Ramesh Babu Praggnanandhaa, two of the world top grandmasters. And neither of them castled in this game. Before we dive in, while you're checking out the player profiles, hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps this small channel grow. So starts with d4, and after knight f6, c4, c5, he goes d5, gaining space and basically asking Prag to play the most aggressive continuation, b5. Black sacrificed the pawn for initiative. Wesley takes the pawn. Prag follows with a standard a6. Taking on a6 is not recommended, as it only helps black to develop their bishop. So continues with e3, ready to develop his light square bishop. Exchange of the pawns on b5. Queen a5 check. Oh no, did So lose his bishop? No, knight c3 solves everything. Bishop b7, bishop d2, and now black queen is x-rayed by the bishop. Queen b6, out of harm's way. So develops the knight. Prag takes the pawn on d5, material is even now. a4 to support the bishop. If white is not careful and just castle, black would win a piece after taking the knight first and bishop next. e6, dark square bishop wants to play too. e4, the knight is not welcome here. Exchange of the knights and bishop takes e4, and black has an extra pawn now. Knight jumps to e5, putting tremendous pressure on a pawn on d7. It's attacked by the bishop, knight, and the queen, and protected only by king and knight. 3 against 2, another defender is needed, and here comes the queen to the rescue. Queen b7. Queen h5, and now pawn on f7 is under attack. Bishop g6 defends it. Knight takes the bishop, and Prag checks first with queen e4. White king steps away, and Prag takes the knight. With an f pawn, if he took with the other pawn, he would lose a rook. Queen h3. The position on the board is pretty crazy, if you think about it. Remember, classical chess principles. Castle early, develop your pieces. Prag does not care about any of these postulates. All his pieces except the queen did not make a single move in this game. Both players never castled. If you look at this position without knowing who is playing, you might think it's a game between two rookies. But these are top of the top in chess hierarchy. Prag feels he is behind in development and offers a queen exchange. Accepting it would be a suicide for white, as they're without a pawn. Any endgame would not end well. So moves his queen to g3, and Prag finally develops his knight. So goes into the enemy's lair with queen c7. He wants to take the knight on c6 and win the rook like this. Prag sees it and defends it with another queen move to d5. Still, bishop takes the knight and pawn takes bishop. White queen is in the tight proximity to the black king, but black king is not scared. White queen has no support. h4. That's a smart way to get the rook into the game, and to celebrate this event, I would appreciate if you like and subscribe this video. That would help a lot. Move 21, and finally black dark square bishop made its first move of the game. Congratulations. Rook h3, according to the plan, rook f8, and rook goes to an open file, where it's supposed to be. Castle was not an option, as black would lose a bishop. Queen e5. Now white would like to exchange queens, as with those ugly pawns, black's options in the endgames are limited. Now Prag declines and plays bishop f6. Taking the queen on d5 now is not good, as black will have monster connected pawns. So retreats, and Prag activates his bishop, saying hello to a pawn on f2. Bishops exchanged, and black's pawn structure is improved. h5, a shot to nowhere. Rook f6, with the idea to take on g6 with a rook if needed. White king is being removed from a dangerous f-file pretending he castled, and Prag moves his king too. Exchange of the pawns on g6 happens, and the checkmate on g2 is on the horizon. g3 protects from checkmate but blocks the rook. d3, let's go. Queen moves from danger. Rook g4. All of a sudden black rooks are looking at the pawn on a4. a5, pawn protected. Rook e4. White are lost here anyway, so why not grab pawn? Rook takes h7. King g8 attacks the rook, but also offers an open highway for a a8 rook. So moves the rook to safety. Rook e2. Queens gets out of danger, but that allows the pawn to march forward. One move from becoming a queen now. Rook d1 blocks those ideas. Prag's second rook is joining the action, and now both black rooks are targeting the pawn on f2. And that has to be protected. Rook h2 seems to be the only move. It has to be played, but it doesn't help. Prag intensifies the pressure with queen e4. The threat is rook e1 check. Rook f1 and rook f3. All three black pieces are having a party, and white pieces are asleep. Queen c5, rook e1, final touch. Wesley resigns, as he cannot defend against the rook, takes rook, and queen e1 checkmate without losing tons of material. This game isn't just fun, it's a symbol, a new era of chess where engines rewrite the rules. No early castle, no traditional development, and with all this, Praggnanandhaa played with 98% accuracy according to computers. And if you like this breakdown, help the channel grow by liking and subscribing. Thanks so much for coming.